Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Motivational Monday with Luann B. I'm so excited to have a couple of guests on with me this evening to share with us. And I had to back up and start the recording because Miss Cheryl Oslund is sitting in her cabin in the North Woods of Wisconsin, and you can see how beautiful that looks. And I was starting to introduce her and say, yeah, and she is there because of the passion test process.
So true.
Her and her husband decided to bag it all, sell their house. He retired and moved to their cabin in the North Woods. She's still working from there and doing awesome things. Welcome, Sarah. Glad to have you with us tonight.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
And then my friend Cheryl Burget is with us tonight. Cheryl is from Denver, Colorado, and has recently started a new program opportunity on sales that I'm going to let her tell you about because we just reconnected tonight after having been out of touch for a few months. And I went, well, stay on the line and share with my Motivational Monday folks what you got going on. So
thank you, Luann. Well, first of all, it's great to reconnect. Is that me? Here, let me turn my volume down a little bit. It's great to reconnect with you. And yeah, since the last time we spoke, I started Your Sales Genius, Be One or Hire One, which actually helps entrepreneurs and small business owners kind of learn a new paradigm around sales. And it's no longer I was going to say 4-letter word, but sales is really a 5-letter word. And to help people kind of from a different perspective learn how to connect with people from a place of service, with honesty, integrity, and transparency. And so I'm having a blast training people kind of on the new way to sell.
So Let me see if I remember the acronym.
Okay.
Sales that you use, right?
Okay.
Serving anyone lovingly, efficiently, and successfully.
Oh, you're so close. Effectively. So it's serving anyone lovingly, effectively, and successfully. And you got it. And it's just about taking those principles that we're first here to serve. And when we focus on the other person and what their needs are, and do we have something that will serve them in the highest good? And, you know, I say anyone, but really it is about niching who are your perfect ideal clients, lovingly, effectively, and successfully. So we always come from that place of love, not fear. Effectively is giving them tools that match them. So I call finding your sales genius is all about your personal awareness and that you're the competitive advantage. And I help you to identify what it is that makes you and unique, and how do you use that which you already are. And then successfully is, like I just mentioned to you earlier, I worked with a massage studio, and they went from converting 19% to 44% in less than 60 days. So loving it, loving helping people learn the art of sales from the heart. That's it.
So did you say it was a salon?
Massage studio.
Massage studio, a studio. Right? I heard the word studio and got salon. So are you niching in that field of small business, like what size?
Yeah, you know, I love to work with teams 12 and under. So, you know, it's easy to be able to really have an impact and personalize the training. When I'm working with smaller groups, I talked to another business owner today, and he has a staff of 5 and then a manager. So, you know, it'll be a 6-person training. Yeah, and also entrepreneurs. You know, I joke about curing sales phobia, because so many people have sales phobia, you know, and they're just afraid of it. And I hear it all the time. And when I hear entrepreneurs say, I hate selling, or I don't want to be pushy, I think you're going to be broke. That's the bottom line. If you can't learn how to do it, you're going to be broke as an entrepreneur. You need to go get a job. So really allowing people to, I just really want to shift what people think of it, because it's not that we don't like sales, because every moment we're selling, whether
Right.
it's to a spouse, a child, a new friend, we're doing a sales job. And when people can reframe that, it just makes it easier for them to share their gifts and talents with the world, and make money doing it. So I feel like that's part of my purpose.
I just had to giggle because, like you said, we're always selling something. And I spent the whole weekend with my family, and I was passionately selling to them, my views and my opinions. And that's really just the way I need to be in all cases. And it will attract the right customer into me that matches with that vibration of who I am, right? And that's the customers I want, those that match with my vibration and go, man, I love hanging out with you, right?
Right. The ones that say, wow, you've really made a difference in my life.
Yeah.
That's the kind of people we all want to work with. So yeah. It's a huge benefit. That is so funny that you said you were with your family all weekend selling them your ideas. I think that many people right now are selling ideas, whether it's about the political campaign or, I'm listening to some of these things thinking, wow, how can you even think that? And then I go, wow, we just all have different opinions about things, right? Mm-hmm. Did we listen to the same debate is what I thought. Did we listen to the same debate? But it is really about how you assess other people and how you can really connect with them. And like you said, Luann, it's about people we vibrate. We want to be on the same vibration level as to what we're teaching, because there's nothing worse than having a client that really is not the ideal client. And I got to experience that earlier this year, I'll admit. I had what I call the yes, but client. Yes, but. Yes, but I can't do that. Yes, but I can't do that. I can't make 10 phone calls a day to try to get my sales up. I have other things to do. Okay. Yes, but. So I have put on there, yes and yes is my new ideal client. Yes and yes. Right?
Right.
So I screen my clients and I ask them, especially if I'm working with someone one-on-one, are you willing, on a scale of 1 to 10, willing to implement advice and things that we agree on? And I want to know. So I had somebody tell me a 10 the other day, and I'm like, okay, I'll work with you. Sign up, and I'm going to show it to you if you don't do it. If you give me yes, but, I'm going to show you that 10. Right? Right, Sarah?
Right on.
That's right. Right on.
Being that agreement up front. Yeah. Yeah, I was selling my family on the new retreat center.
Oh.
Now, and here's another one of those magical moments. Now, if I can recap really quick for our listeners, is I declared after the Money and Life Freedom course in August that I wanted to live full out as a divine, dynamic, spiritual teacher. Well, what did the universe bring me? A spiritual retreat center where I can live full out as that divine, dynamic, spiritual teacher. As we say in the passion test, I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to make this happen, but I am full out going for it. And what's happening is these little signs keep coming in my way where the universe is supporting me. All of a sudden, I was reminded that I have access to Legal Shield. I've been paying on it for years, haven't been using it, and they are willing to give me advice that I've already paid for to figure out this process. And I said, well, my contract says, as a legal advisor, you're going to review one business document a year. So I got to get it all together before I bring it back to you. And the guy said, oh, no, we don't hold our clients to that. We're going to help you through this deal if we start you on this deal. So we'll review as many as you need us to. And then he was giving me advice on how to write a proposal to the Sisters of St. Francis of Assisi that I want to buy this thing, even though it's not a purchase agreement yet. And he's giving me a couple of legal things I should make sure are in there. And then he says, you know what, Luann, just write from your heart. And I went, oh my gosh, I can do that. That's me. I can write from my heart. That's the best advice that you can give me. And so that's what I did. Well, the next morning, I woke up and my friend had texted me and she said, Luann, today is the feast of St. Francis of Assisi. It's the day to write your proposal because it's owned by the Franciscan nuns. right? That was a Tuesday. Thursday, I see Sarah at our networking meeting. She comes in, hasn't been there for a few months because of her move to Wisconsin. She came back for a visit, and she says to me, I say, I got this retreat center I got a line on, Where is it? It's in Janesville, Minnesota. Sarah goes, I grew up there. I'm like, just another sign of people in my life here to support me in being successful at that.
Yep.
Because Sarah helps people with words and marketing. Right, Sarah?
Yes.
I share with everybody a little bit of what you do. And Cheryl, will you mute yourself because I'm hearing your papers? All right, Sarah, go ahead and share with us a little bit about what you're doing these days.
Sure. Well, my forte is primarily doing marketing consulting. I have a couple clients who I'm doing just PR with, a couple who I'm doing social media consulting with. But overall, my passion would be to go in and look at what a client is currently doing, or if it's a new client, talking to them about what their target audience is, really looking at who are they trying to reach and what have they been doing to try and reach that person. And then my favorite thing to do is go in and really evaluate, how are you spending your money on advertising? Has it been effective? Or how can we really look at, are you spending $3,000 a year on print advertising when you could be spending $150 on Facebook and reaching exactly the demographic you're hoping to reach? So it's really looking at that full picture, the umbrella of marketing that you're doing, and then how can you do that most effectively and make sure that you're seeing through your analytics that you're actually reaching that audience and getting that return on investment that you're paying for. So far it's been an amazing experience. It's been about 1.5 years, and just hoping that it continues to grow.
I should have you take a look at my analytics. I know they're out there, but I don't always know how to interpret them. And I've been doing a lot more Facebook advertising, reaching out through Facebook. But again, I don't think I really know how to analyze them. So maybe we'll do that when we have coffee.
Sounds good.
Take a quick look at what's happening there. But for our audience as well, I'd like to make a distinction that sometimes I need to be reminded of, is that Sarah is working with people from an advertising and marketing standpoint. Right, Sarah? Fair statement?
Yes, absolutely.
Languaging, identifying niche, that kind of thing. And where are you spending your marketing and advertising dollars?
And making sure that your message is what you want to say, as opposed to a lot of people write the way they think or the way they speak, which isn't necessarily right for either web or social media or a blog. Yeah. And so making sure that people are reading the message you're actually trying to get across.
Right. Excellent. And then Cheryl is helping you with that selling taboo word into really, then once you have that client in front of you, how do you speak to that client? How do you convert that person from just a prospect into a client within your business? So lots of great tools here. Sarah, your website's still
InspireMN.net.
InspireMN.net. Miss Cheryl, you still with us?
I am.
What's your website, dear, if people want to reach out to you for what you have to offer?
It's yoursalesgenius.com.
Yoursalesgenius.com. I love them. They're simple and straightforward, and you know exactly what you're looking for.
That's right.
You don't have to think about it. That's what it is. So, and just to remind people what I do, right, with helping people to identify their top passions in their business, those things that matter most to them in their business, and then how to create a culture around living those in every day. So it really takes a combination of all three of us to totally help you be successful in your business. So if you're a listener out there who is either starting a business or engaged in their own business, has a small team on their business, we're all individuals who can help you envision and create the future that you want with that organization. And boy, I keep saying in my networking events, it's just that time of year, right, where people are assessing, how did my 2016 go? Am I where I wanted to be at this time of year? And what am I going to do differently in 2017 to move the ship forward in the direction that I want to. And I think the work that I do is a starting point of getting you that base vision of where you want to go. And then when you get specific into how to take that forward from a marketing and advertising and sales perspective, you would want to engage with Sarah or Cheryl. And I'm not sure, because all my audience isn't always coming here to talk to me, how many of you are out there that are owning your own businesses, independent sales reps, what have you. Please remember that these Monday calls are to help kick off your week with some inspiration, speaking to some great people, and we're open to answering your questions when you show up, and give you free advice. And so please remember to actually get on the call and join us on Monday evenings. I have to say, I've been jumping around with the time a little bit, but I do send out a note every week to let you know exactly what time that is, so you can be live with us. I know you're listening after the fact, because I can see the click-throughs. I know that much about my analytics, Sarah.
Love it. Love it.
At least I've learned to interpret my constant contacts tool, which is where I send everything out from. And that helps me see who's clicking through and listening in. So what else is going on for you, Sarah? Anything we can do to support you?
Yeah. Where do I start? No. I think I have to tell your listeners too, I think the path that I've taken, I really felt like taking the passion test made a huge difference for me. And I've shared that with quite a few people that I've come into contact with. I think it's so easy to, in this day and age, you get that squirrel and you're off on another project or another idea. And granted, I'm still doing it on a regular basis, but I'm able to hone it in a little bit more as to going back to what are those 5 things that I truly care about on a day-to-day basis. If the rest of the world were to fall away, what are those 5 things that are important to me every day? And I keep my index card on my car dash, and I see it every day when I get in there. And I just think it's a really good reminder of bringing you back to baseline, because it is so easy to get caught up in the hubbub and really lose focus on who you are and let the world kind of dictate that. And I feel like the passion test really kept me on, or keeps me on task. So thank you.
You are welcome. It is an ongoing tool, and the whole reason I'm involved with it is because I needed it for myself, centering. And we teach what we want to learn. So in every day that I get to teach other people, I'm reminded of the philosophies myself so that I do them well in my day-to-day life. In fact, I just posted recently on Facebook that my top 5 passions are still on my bathroom mirror from the first time I took it in 2010. And very thrilled to say that I feel like I'm living all of those on a daily basis. And then, in the business, I'm really going to the next level. So with this retreat center, I'm going to do it again, the passion test for business for myself. And I take that back. I don't do it for myself. I go to one of my colleagues, and they'll take me through the passion test for business process, so I can clearly create the vision of where I want to take that retreat center and how it incorporates all the coaching that I'm still doing. So it's a cool tool that you just use over and over again. It's about clarity. Clarity is power, and we need that clarity, and we need those reminders, because life is full of so many choices and opportunities, like Sarah said, and you can so easily get off track by the next shiny object.
Well, and I think it gives you the confidence too to trust that you're living your true passion, as opposed to, you read about something new that really could be exciting, but does it fit within those things that you, in your heart of hearts, when you're dialing it right in, is that what you believe? And I think that's given me the confidence to keep going on the path I've been on, because there are a lot of times it'd be a whole lot easier to jump off and get a quote unquote real job.
Yeah.
And that's not my passion. I think that would be stifling to me now, but
yeah, I can't even imagine going back to that.
No, I can't either. And
it does take a lot of support and confidence to stay out there on your own. Mm-hmm. Because it can be a challenge, and there's ups and downs throughout it, and it's that reminder that, no, this is where I belong, and this is exactly what I'm meant to be doing. So any of you have any doubts on that and whether or not you're on your path, please reach out to me. Please, I'll do a free consultation, explain more to you one-on-one about what it means to go through the process. Get on these Monday night calls. We'll have a chat about it. And one more opportunity I want to bring up tonight before we close up for this evening is the Renew Women's Retreat. That's coming up November 4th through the 6th. I always take the women through the passion test process at the very beginning of our retreat. That's how we kick it off, so that you then have the whole weekend to dive deeper into self, as Sarah was talking about, right? And really looking deep inside at, now, these are the 5 things that are most important to me. What do I need to shift and change in my life to honor them and be the authentic me? So I often say, just be you, and sometimes that's hard to do when world, society, life's pressures are all around you. And it gives you the confidence, as Sarah said, to stand up to all of that and keep moving forward with what you know is most important in your life. So check out the Renew Women's Retreat, renewwomensretreat.com, another one of those easy websites. It is what it says it is, renewwomensretreat.com, and join us for a weekend of self-discovery and gaining confidence in every decision you make in the future. To create.
Where's that at, Joanne?
That is at Eagle Bluff Environmental Learning Center down in Lanesboro.
Awesome.
This year. I actually found the Holy Spirit Retreat Center as I investigated other centers. And so it will in the future be at the Holy Spirit Retreat Center. But this year in Eagles Bluff, we already were booked. So November 4th through the 6th. And yeah, we are ramping up on those registrations. So if you're interested, please go out and register to join us. It's a fabulous weekend. Just like going through the passion test process, women walk away and go, wow, and they come back every year. So we're looking forward to that. Any final words, Sarah?
No, happy Monday. Thanks for kicking it off this way. This was exciting. This was my first time being on, so I really appreciate it.
It is fun. And, you know, again, just like I do the passion test in order to engage it in myself every day, I too need a kick of inspiration on Mondays to keep going in the week. And so that's what it's all about. You know, no pressure, just join us and have a conversation. It is going on 6:30, and it's time for me to go hit the wall here at Roca and do my climbing for the evening with the ladies. We're learning bouldering this evening. Now, I will also remind people you do not have to climb to come out here, Roca, and live sit here in the meeting room with me and have this conversation on Monday nights as well, if you prefer that to being online. So lots of opportunities for a little inspiration. So Sarah, I hope we'll see you back again.
Sounds great. Look forward to it. Thanks, Luann.
All right, everybody have a fabulous week.